My phone lit up in the middle of a client dinner. We've decided it's best if you step away from the family for now. Sent to the group chat. No call, no warning, no dignity. The message was from my father, the kind of man who shook hands too hard and smiled like he was doing you a favor. The kind of man who loved to humiliate with phrasing like, "we've decided," when really it was him. My aunt reacted with a thumbs up. Of course she did. She'd been angling for my seat at the fund for years. I stared at the message for a full minute. Then I typed, "Understood, I'll respect that, and step away from the family fund, too." Simple, clean, deadly. They didn't answer. I didn't expect them to. But 37 minutes later, I got a flurry of texts from my cousin. "Wait, what do you mean, step away from the family fund? You're just angry. Don't overreact. Please don't do anything rash." They thought I was bluffing. They forgot who built the fund. 10 years ago, I came back from business school with nothing but a battered suitcase and a laptop. My father laughed when I said I wanted to formalize the family investments. "You want us to let you handle the money?" Back then, my job was Christmas cards and tax receipts. But I was quiet, patient, dangerous when underestimated. So I did what they never do, the boring work. I audited, consolidated accounts, refinanced assets no one had touched since the 90s. And I grew the family fund from a dormant pool of idle cash into a multi-million-dollar portfolio. They let me, because they never expected me to own it. Over time, I became the silent engine. I drafted every document, filed every annual return, named every trustee. And in doing so, I built a system around me, not them. When my father held his annual family retreat last year and toasted our legacy, I smiled, because the legacy had my name on the bottom of every paper. I noticed the shift 6 months ago. It started with late replies, meetings I wasn't invited to, family decisions I found out about through Facebook. Then my aunt tried to push a proposal through, reallocating part of the education trust to fund her son's third startup. The paperwork landed on my desk. I rejected it, citing misalignment with fiduciary goals and conflict of interest. She didn't take that well. Neither did my father. Behind closed doors, they started calling me difficult, cold, controlling, bitter. They wanted compliance. I gave them structure. And now they were pushing me out. That was the mistake. The night they sent that message, I sat at my desk with a glass of bourbon and opened the vault. Not literal gold, digital power, access, control. The trust fund? 3 signatures needed to dissolve it. Mine was 1. I revoked my consent. The property shell company? I held 51% of the managing entity. I froze spending. The account passwords? Reset. The fund? I moved my contributions, all $4.8 million, to a new vehicle in my name. All legal, all clean, all irreversible. By morning, they were locked out of everything I built. They called. My father first. No apology, just fury. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" I let silence stretch. Then I answered, calm as ice. "Respecting your request to step away." By day 3, the panic set in. The family fund manager called, asking about missing authorizations. The property development deal in Lisbon fell through. Salaries bounced. Loans defaulted. Because I had funded everything. Silently, generously, strategically. They thought it was ours. They were wrong. A week later, my aunt showed up at my office. Tired makeup, shaky hands. "You've made your point," she said. I leaned back in my chair. No, not yet. I slid a folder across the desk. Inside, a full audit of the discretionary spending on her end. Private flights, luxury handbags, cash withdrawals disguised as consulting. All documented, all dated. "This goes to the board Monday unless you resign." She did. That night. My father stopped calling. But I know what he tells people now, that I betrayed the family, tore it apart. He rewrites history to sleep at night. That's fine. I don't need to explain myself to men who confuse control with leadership. Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder what would have happened if they'd just treated me like a partner, if they'd said thank you, or simply asked why. But they never did. They just made a choice, and I made mine. The fund is leaner now, smarter. I cut dead weight, rebuilt the board with outsiders, professionals, people who value more than last names and entitlement. My phone is quiet these days, but peace has a sound too. They thought they could erase me, but they forgot. I wasn't in the family business. I was the business. And when I walked away, I took the floorboards with me.